You want a mentor? That's great, but here's the problem. You're most likely going about it wrong. And the reason I know that is because I went about it wrong for many years and embarrassed myself making many of the mistakes I'm going to talk about in this video today. But now I've gotten to a point where not only have I gotten the mentors that I wanted, but I've been on the other side of the table as well. So I've seen the good and the bad messages that I'm constantly getting about people wanting me to be their mentor. And here is what I've learned. Here's what I'm going to break down with you. And I'm also going to be very direct in this video. So I just want to save you time. So if I bring up a mistake and you've made that mistake and it makes you feel small or guilty or stupid, please don't. Don't take it personally. Just take it as an opportunity for self-reflection and self-awareness and move forward with what I'm going to be talking about in this video, which is, here's what I'm going to cover: how to choose a mentor, how to get them once you've chosen them, and how to work with them once you got them. And last but not least, before we dig in, why would you want one? You know, I think we already know this, but let's just confirm that having a great mentor is one of the greatest life hacks that you can ever invest and create space for in your life. I mean, being able to bring into your life the habits and behaviors of someone that you aspire to be like, or someone that has the life that you would like to also live, is an incredible thing. It's a shortcut. If there's any shortcuts in life, this has to be the only one. It can save you years of time. And one quick note before we dive in, I have a very special announcement at the end of this video. So pay close attention, get all the way through to the end of this video. It's a really exciting thing that I've been waiting to talk about for a long time. And also, make sure you heart and like this video and share it with a friend or anybody that is interested about this topic, which is pretty much everybody. Okay, let's dig in. Choosing a mentor, step one. Here's how most people go about it. First of all, they just kind of spam message anyone who they think on a surface level is successful without really knowing them. You need to really know this person. You need to be sure that once this person says yes, which we'll talk about how to get them, when they say yes, you better be sure that you're going to invest your time and energy with this person because they're going to invest their time and energy with you. And you better be sure that they're the right person, because if they're not, you're going to bring an idiot into your life whose behaviors and thought processes and entire being could be a negative influence in your life. So you need to make sure you know this person. You need to vet them. You need to study them. And that means that, number two on this point, you have to go for quality over quantity. And what most people do is they go for quantity. They just spam message out. They just go wide instead of narrow. And that's not what you want to do. You want to do the opposite. You want to choose the person that you want to be in 5 to 10 years. So you may want to be this person because of the life that they live, but maybe you don't love their behavior and their personality. And I think that's okay. Like, it's totally okay to want the person's lifestyle or the success that the person has created in their industry, but not really aspire to be like them. You just want to learn from them. You want to download the things that they know, the knowledge and the wisdom that they have. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe this person's in real estate and you're in e-commerce, but you want to be like this person. You want to think like this person. You want to be around this person because you're excited about their energy, their aura. That's okay too. The point is, this is someone that you want to be in 5 to 10 years. And when you know and you have identified that this is the person, you want to be like the Kool-Aid man. You don't want to send this lukewarm message on one channel, like asking like, hey, I was wondering if you can, spend 5 minutes with me, and talk to me and have coffee with me. No, you want to be like the Kool-Aid man. You want to break down the door because you've decided this is the one. This is the person. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this person in my life. And so you got to break down the door. This is your dream mentor, right? This is like, it's the same idea as like a dream job. You don't just softly show up for your dream job. No, you show up strong and you show up determined and you show up with conviction. And that conviction is something that other people will feel. The person on the other side of the table will be like, whoa, this guy, this girl, they're different. She really wants my time. This is something special here. This isn't just another knock on the door, another tire kicker. So that means you have to be persistent, in other words. You also have to have zero expectations. What an interesting irony, right? I'm telling you to be persistent. I'm telling you to break down the door. I'm telling you to choose with intention, but I'm also saying have absolutely zero expectations. If this person is at all successful, they're very, very busy. You have to have zero expectations that they will reply. You also should have zero expectations about how they reply. You might be like, why is the message so short? Why are they giving me a bit of an attitude? Most likely they're not. They're just busy and they're past that stage of their career where they were constantly, sending long-winded messages and overly kind. At this point, just a heart from this person is something. So don't have expectations. Respect their time. And above all, ask for nothing. This is the most counterintuitive part about people who want a mentor and what I got wrong so many times. You should not want anything. I know. You want a mentor because you want to ask your questions. You want to be told what to do about X, Y, and Z, but you can't do that because everybody's trying to do that and you have to stand out. So you actually need to be in a position of giving, not receiving. So it's very akin to this whole idea of making money. Money doesn't lead, it follows when you are in pursuit of mastery and developing yourself in a craft. Then the money is a byproduct of you and your success. The same thing applies in this realm. You have to show up and give to this person without any expectation of what you will receive, and don't ever try to make it equal. And this is where people get it wrong. They start right up front and they go, I was wondering if I could have coffee with you. I was wondering if you could answer a few of my questions. I was wondering if you could review my business plan. No, this is not going to work, and I ignore those messages. Sometimes I reply and coach people on this stuff, but people who don't want to, people have to ask for this stuff. And that's why I'm making this video, because I've made so many of these mistakes. Next, don't ask for help. Give help. I want to be even more specific about this. You want to give help. So what does that mean? This means that you want to find an opportunity to actually help this person in a consistent way. And in the next point where I talk about how to get this mentor, I'll dig into that even more. But if this person does happen to help you in any way by replying, by giving you some feedback or whatever, oh my God, you have to be not only just appreciative on the surface, but actually go and implement what they gave you and do it, and then come back to them and show results and be like, look at what I did. It's like, imagine yourself as a kid in a classroom and it's show and tell day. You need to go and do a show and tell presentation of, look what I have done. Anything you tell me, anything you say, I am going to do and implement into my life, whether it's a habit or a life hack or some business advice. Boom, look, I did it, Jimmy. And then they go, wow, this person's actually taking action. So this is about really, how most go about it, and you want to do the opposite around choosing a mentor. Now, how do you actually get this person to be your mentor? Here's how most people do it. They message asking for a call or help, and they don't recognize that most likely this person is worth thousands of dollars an hour. Why on earth? People get triggered by this because you have to understand something. Hierarchy in life exists. Social hierarchy exists. And people don't have time for favors when they're incredibly busy, when they're worth thousands of dollars an hour. When somebody is messaging me and I'm able to charge $2,000 an hour for a consulting call, why then would I do it for free for somebody else when I have enough inbound? It doesn't make sense. It's not fair to the people who are paying. It's not fair to the individual that's giving up their time. It's not fair to this person has multiple businesses, has a life at home. It just doesn't make sense. So don't call and ask for free help. If you ask them for a call or a coffee, you're going to lose them. That's guaranteed to happen. Another thing people do is they have expectations on the response time, on the length of the message, so on and so forth. I talked about this. Another thing they do is they ask for help, they get the help, and then they don't do anything to it. There's nothing worse than this for a mentor than somebody who asks for help. Like, I can't tell you how many times someone has said, can you review my idea or my business plan? And then I take the time, 20 minutes, to review this person's in-depth business plan, and I see all these problems with it. And then I reply back like, this is missing, this doesn't make sense. You're not challenging yourself enough here on the competitive landscape. Why are you putting in your business plan that this is a unique idea when there's all these other companies that are doing the same thing? Your unique value proposition isn't clear. What are you doing? And I give the feedback and they go, no, yeah, no, or they just don't even reply. There's literally nothing worse than someone who's not in a position as a mentee to be selfless and ready to learn. And so many times people show up, really what you want is a pat on the back that you're doing a great job. Yes, good job. But then what's the purpose of the mentor? If you're really just looking for an ego stroke, why do you need a mentor? If you want a mentor, you need to be in a position where you are ready to learn and ready to hear brutal truths. I'm going to dig into that more as well. So let's talk about how to get them to be your mentor the proper way. There is one shortcut. So let's start with the shortcut since people love shortcuts. The shortcut is you pay them. You literally hit them up. You tell them how much you admire them. You've consumed their work. You know this is the person. So you tell them, I know this is you, and I would like to pay you for your time. Do you have a scheduling link or some sort of system where I can pay you directly? Or can we just do this, in a custom way where I'd be happy to pay you for 1 hour, for half an hour to jump on me, I'm going to keep that, to jump on me, jump on Zoom with me, to jump on a phone call with me, whatever they're comfortable with. And you just pay them. And I've done that many times. There are sites where you can do this, in fact, where people have their profile listed and you can pay them through the website. I've done that many times, but I am not shy about paying somebody $500, $1,000 for a phone call for any amount of time, even 20 minutes, 15 minutes, because it's a shortcut. You pay somebody money, it's a transaction, you're now on their radar, and you've given them something and they're going to want to show up for you and help you. So that's the one shortcut. If you don't have the budget for that, and I do like that one because it really just gets to the root of the matter. I need help. Here's some money. I would love your time if you're open at all whatsoever. Again, zero expectations. And then once you're on the call, ask your questions, but also use it as an opportunity to build relationship, follow up with them, and now you're really on their radar and you can cultivate something real. Now, here's the other way, the way that I have also utilized many times, and the way that my current mentees, the people that have asked me for mentorship, have done that works incredibly well. It comes down to one simple statement. You have to add value to this person's life. You've probably heard this statement before, so let's get specific about what it actually looks like. You want to offer specific help in an opportunity area of their business or their life. In other words, you basically want to go up to them and say something along the lines of this. And I've written this down for you because I think that it's a very powerful statement. You want to go up to this person that is your dream mentor and say, I will work for you for free for 90 days. Free work, something I really believe in. And you offer this free work for as little as 30 days, as much as 90 days. And you say, I will work on anything you want me to, where I can bring the most value, and I will over deliver and leave you in awe. All I ask is at the end of this 30 days or 90 days, you either A, make me a job offer, or B, you don't and we move on. All I ask for is knowledge and connections. Knowledge and connections. You don't have to move forward with me and give me a job offer. If you do that, it's very hard for this person to deny you the opportunity. But to really get through the door, because there's so many people that still do this with me, and I'm left wondering, well, I don't know where to plug you in. What do you do? What do I need help with? You really want to go the next level and define for them a specific area that you see they need help. Well, how would you know that? You know that because you're already constantly monitoring and watching this person, the content they put out, the work that they do. You understand their business already because this is your dream mentor. You've identified this person by doing the hard work of watching them and consuming their content. That means that you probably see that maybe they have shitty YouTube thumbnails that they could improve. Maybe their website needs some design work and that fits in with your skill set. Maybe the copy on their website is weak and you could fix it. Maybe they're just unorganized and chaotic and you're very organized and you would volunteer to help them organize their life. Maybe they complained on social media about eating unhealthy and you really know a lot about nutrition and you'd be willing to personally coach them and be their nutrition coach for the next 90 days. Whatever it is, spot the opportunity, be specific, and do it for free. I can't tell you enough about the power of free work. My friend Charlie Hone, brief, quick example of somebody who has done this even more than I have, who literally has their dream life and dream career because of this. Charlie Hone was essentially the right-hand man to some of the greatest authors of this generation. Tim Ferriss, Ramit Sethi, so many people that you could go on and list and you'd just be like wowed by this. But actually, Charlie wrote about this on Tim Ferriss's blog. This is the exact strategy that he used to become Tim Ferriss's right-hand man. And he's done this over and over again to get his dream jobs. He even has a book about it, okay? All about this idea of free work and helping people get their dream jobs, their dream mentors. So I've done it as well. I've utilized it to give value to people, to build relationships with people. And sometimes they become my mentor, and other times they just become my friend. And now I have people that are, New York Times bestsellers and high-profile influencer type people that I'm just friends with. And I continue to add value to their lives, and they continue to add value to mine. And that's an awesome, awesome exchange. So that is how to actually get your mentor. So hopefully you really took some tangible, actionable stuff there. And I really want to see you implement this into your life because it is really life-changing. But let's finish with how to work with your mentor. Here's what most people do. They ask extremely general questions that are too broad. Like, can you look at this document? Or what do you think about e-commerce and the future of e-commerce? Or how do I get more clients? Can you help me get more clients? This stuff, guys, is so general and so broad. It's like, what would you say? Always put yourself in that position. Like, what would I say? How would I answer this question? If it's too broad and you don't know how to answer it, then it's not specific enough. Another thing people do, and I touched on this earlier, is they ask for feedback and they get offended. So they're really looking for affirmation and praise. And, if you're going to ask someone to review your business plan, be ready for them to poke holes in it. What you should do instead is, we talked about adding value, helping by offering specific, free help in an opportunity area, but ask most importantly for specific feedback. So after, this is the most important part, you go to your mentor and ask a question after you have exhausted YouTube and Google and Khan Academy and all the great free resources that are available online. You don't want to be asking somebody a silly question where it's just one Google or YouTube search away. So at least start by exhausting the content that is available. And then, oh my gosh, the worst thing you can do is ask them about something that they've already put tremendous amounts of content out themselves. If this person is in the e-commerce space and teaching people how to build e-commerce businesses, and you go and you ask them a question that's already in their course or already in their YouTube video or already, on the podcast, that's just silly. Because remember, you want to start by actually consuming all their content. That's how you know that this is the person for you. So you say something like, hey, I have $10,000 and my idea is this. Should I manufacture in China or in Indianapolis at this other factory? And why, Arman? Something like that that's specific. Or, hey, I love crypto. I love NFTs. I want to start this NFT, but I'm curious if you think I should do it on the Solana blockchain, the Cardano, or the Ethereum one. I've heard really good things about Solana lately. Should I build my NFT on Solana? And obviously, you're asking this person because they're an expert in this space. Those are the types of specific questions that get to the root and the heart of the matter, where this person as a mentor can actually show up and give you their wisdom and their insights and their value. Because here's the most important thing about actually being a mentor. It is so awesome once you have a great mentee who asks her great questions and actually goes and executes and implements what you give them. There's no better feeling. But if you're talking to me and you're saying, well, why don't you want to be a mentor? Why don't you want to spend time with this person? It's because they're not doing those things. They're not hungry enough. They're not specific enough. You don't feel like they really want you. They were just looking for any mentor. And they're not executing what you give them, and they're not asking specific questions. So very, very important that you do this. The final thing when you're working with your mentor that I think is incredibly important is you want to continuously ask for honesty. What do I mean by that? You need them to be as direct and honest as possible. You need to show a willingness to learn and exhibit that you have very thick skin and that you're in a mode of learning. The more you do this, the more your mentor will give you the truth and the faster you will grow. And that's what you want. You essentially want to create a safe space for you and your mentor to discuss in an honest way. Look, if you have a product idea and you're proud of it and you just want to hear some affirmation and positive, like, yes, you're awesome, keep going, that's not a good use of time for a successful mentor. Go to your friend, go to your mom, go to a family member and get that. If you're in a position where you have the opportunity to work with a mentor, someone who is successful, someone you want to become, someone who has achieved great things in the industry that you want to achieve them in, you better create a very safe space for honesty and directness. And the way you do that is you straight up say, hey, Arman, I'm going to show you something. I have a specific question for you. And before you answer it, please give me your honest, brutal truth and don't worry about hurting my feelings. Here's the reality. You might get your feelings hurt, but the more you do this, the better you'll get at receiving that true, caring conversation, and you will grow. And the better you get it, and you might go home and you might get off the call and you might feel like shit for a little bit, and you might go through a sort of ego tug of war, and that's normal, but just sit with it and let it burn and kill your ego and take advantage of the brilliant wisdom that this person is imparting upon you. And then go, and after you've healed, go and take action, go and think about it, really utilize it, and come back and show results. And do that over and over and fucking over again. And you will have a situation in which you will grow so tremendously. I don't know what else I can say about this. This is the framework that I have wanted to share for a very, very long time. I'm excited that I finally got it out, and I really hope that you do something with this because it's very, very powerful stuff. To finish with an example, my current mentee, one of my current mentees, makes many of my videos, the content that you see on my Instagram, on my YouTube, the videos are being edited by my mentee for free for months now. Not all of them, some of them, because there's a few different editors I have. One of them is doing this work. He's also creating thumbnails for my YouTube that are absolutely awesome. And as a result, he gets time with me. He gets access to me. He gets to build a relationship with me. I'm one text message away from anything that he says. I respond to his questions. We jump on phone calls and Zooms and WhatsApp video chats or whatever it might be, and we get to talk, and he gets to build relationship with me. Now, how he wants to utilize that, that's up to him. Like I said, some of the people that I've built relationships with, I utilize it as a mentee-mentor relationship. Other times I just build relationship, and who knows where it goes from there. But that's invaluable to have access to someone like that. And that is an example of someone who's doing it well. So, time for the final announcement. I hope you enjoyed that. So, if you want me to be your mentor, it's basically been a no for a long, long, long time, for many years for me. Unless somebody like pierces through the way that my current mentee did by doing all the right things, and now he has access to me by giving me, by doing free work for me. But I've been thinking about how to make this scalable, how to make myself more accessible to people. So first and foremost, you can pay for my time. If you go to my website, you can book time with me. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, the link in my bio, there's a link to book an hour call with me or half-hour call with me. It's very expensive. I believe it's currently $2,000 for an hour. It's very expensive. If you want to do that, by all means do it. But that's typically out of budget for most people. So what I am finally doing is I am launching my group live mentoring program called the Solopreneur Academy. And what this will be is live video calls with me, where every time we do one, which will typically be every 2 weeks right now, we jump on and we talk about all the things it takes to build your business as a solopreneur or entrepreneur and go to the next level. This is for people that really want to go to the next level and get access to me and work directly with me. And as a group, we get to go through all the nitty-gritty of all the things that I've learned over the last decade plus about building businesses and investing as well. You'll also get to talk to me and work directly with me and ask me questions in the group. And there's a ton of other bonuses and things that you get by being a member of the Solopreneur Academy. If you want access to this, just DM me the word Academy and I will send you details. That's all you got to do. Just DM me on Instagram with the word Academy and I will send you details. Or there might be a link in my bio to the Solopreneur Academy. That is it. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to share this episode with your friends, your network. This is a very valuable one. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time. Peace.